we take a look back at the fighter that I believe is the most complete fighter in boxing history.
When a champion is as physically talented as this man is, his main opponent is himself.
Salvador Sanchez.
The best fight I ever saw, honestly, skill-wise, was a guy by the name of Salvador Sanchez.
Sanchez is the type of fighter, he doesn't need to see an opponent because he's able to adapt to any style, which makes him a very unique fighter.
Every single time I watch Salvador Sanchez, I am mesmerized by how great he is. Sanchez just seems to understand boxing at a level that very few people do. He has breathtaking skills. And in his very early 20s, he was the pound-for-pound king.
Pound for pound, the greatest boxer around today.
Sanchez first came to prominence in his world title challenge against Danny Little Red Lopez. This would be the first time boxing fans would realize they were witnessing sheer greatness. Hall of Fame trainer Angelo Dundee warned everyone that the underdog Sanchez had a lot of talent.
I make it a very difficult fight. Sanchez punches with both hands. He's a very difficult opponent for Danny Red Lopez.
The first round set the tone of the fight.
And we're underway with first round action scheduled for 15.
From the outset, Sanchez began taking Lopez apart.
Good right hand and a scoring combination from Sanchez and a left hook land. Sanchez with remarkable poise for a 21-year-old. He really looks like a very mature young man.
Sanchez displays everything you want to see in a great fighter in this fight.
Psych the kid, but he's getting hit with really tough shots.
He survived it.
But he was no puncher. This kid is a puncher.
Everybody realizes pretty early that this fight is a clinic. Notice the amazing head movement and upper body movement of Sanchez. He has such a fluid and unique style.
Brody comes in there, it's either you or him.
The jab is also a constant weapon.
Final seconds of this first round. Salvador Sanchez, the challenger from Mexico City.
Sanchez is the highest level of technician. Once he has his timing down, it's like target practice.
First round action. Sanchez has certainly been the aggressor and has scored heavily.
From very early on in the fight, it was clear that Sanchez had Lopez timed perfectly. Lopez was a pressure fighter whose main attributes were toughness and heart.
And from Sanchez again, Lopez has hit to really score.
Notice how he just can't handle the head movements of Sanchez.
Away from the right hand, which is smart. And he's hurting Lopez.
Every time they get into exchanges, Sanchez gets the better of it.
You should play cat and mouse game and don't gamble with Lopez. It's the worst thing you can do.
With the jab consistently finding its mark, Sanchez began countering Lopez very hard.
He has his own personal position with workouts. Now a combination from Lopez and Sanchez back to the rope. Lopez coming on here near the end of round two in the final seconds with Lopez landing the combination. The crowd coming to its feet.
Sanchez does a lot of high-level stuff. Notice how he lands this lead left hook to the body, and notice how he sets up a perfect inside uppercut off his head movement.
Good, sharp left again.
Lopez's right eye was really starting to swell up at this point.
Sanchez would like to use all of it. He moves awfully well.
Sanchez continued to demonstrate next-level movements and his very effective jab.
30 victories. Tim Ryan, Angelo Dundee, Dick Stockton, and Phoenix.
Sanchez was just unable to miss Lopez with virtually everything he threw.
Good right hand.
The right hand was really landing cleanly throughout the fight.
Right hand again.
Sanchez can't let his Mexican hang out. He's got to play a cat and mouse game. Boxer don't trade with Lopez or he's going to get knocked out.
Lopez was a warrior, though, and he never gave up trying.
But Lopez did not go down.
Lopez just sustained a cut over his right eye. Doesn't look bad, but it just opened up.
Right hand landed.
But he must have been thinking to himself, damn, this guy's good.
Red Lopez is hurt for the first time. First time I see him get hurt.
Lopez takes another combination from Sanchez.
The eye damage on Lopez was looking very significant, and it didn't look like he was going to make it the distance.
Another right hand from Sanchez, throwing them well, very straight. With the champion taking most of the punishment.
Sanchez was now in full flow, and the right hand was landing repeatedly on Lopez.
Oh, he's in real bad trouble, Ted. You gotta come up with the best survival test of all time, because this kid is hurting with every punch now.
It's pretty insane how Lopez just walks through some of these punches.
Fighting a great fight, smart fight.
But he was getting hurt.
The great champion Lopez. Sanchez blocked Lopez back once more with a left hand. Galen Ayala suffered a broken nose earlier in that fight.
But Ted, young 21-year-old kid, he's having everything his own way. He's winning the fight, but he's got to fight a cat and mouse game. He's got to move. Not moving enough right now.
Notice how beautiful this uppercut is.
That right uppercut was a devastating punch that kid threw ladies.
Some of Sanchez's work just makes you speechless.
He is well trained.
The doctor was taking a closer look at the eye of Lopez, and it looked like it was now a question of whether the doctor would stop the fight or Lopez would end up getting knocked out. Keep in mind, Sanchez was an unknown underdog, and to come in and produce a performance like this at the age of 21 was just unbelievable. The beatdown continued. Sanchez was able to land counter after counter.
There were about 10 seconds left in the round as we recall it from looking up, and Sanchez trying to finish off the champion.
Well, it's remarkable.
One thing Lopez had was elite durability. But he wasn't the best, technically.
And you were going to a station break at the end of this 7th round.
Notice he just can't get out of the way of the right hand.
A great champion.
Sanchez is the #1 rated. Right hand from Sanchez got Lopez coming in on the attack.
Tim, he's hit them with a great right hand counter. He's catching the right hand with the glove, counting his own right.
The unique movements and next level skills of Sanchez are insane.
Lopez on the attack, somewhat desperately here in round 7.
After the doctor took one more look at the eye,
Corner. Dr. Lake has allowed the champion to
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle, trapped in a cycle of opioid use, withdrawal, and craving.
Sanchez started opening up with slick punches and hurt Lopez again.
combination from Sanchez scoring. A tremendously exciting featherweight championship fight. The champion on the right in black. The challenger, Sanchez.
Lopez was hurt for the first time badly on last.
As I watch Sanchez fights, I keep coming back to his poise. He never loses focus. The commentators understand what a great trait this is to have, especially in a 21-year-old fighter.
The difference is this kid is fighting the fight. He's tall, he's moving away. He's not giving him a chance to land the big bomb.
Doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. Look at him jab coming out the ropes.
These kind of fights are long-distance fights where you're taking a licking. It'll do nobody no good.
Champion, how much of an effect has it had?
Big effect.
The fight was becoming uncomfortable to watch at this point.
Lucy Kamani, that's right. On our cards, we've given only 2 to Lopez. Sanchez scoring with a combination. Right hand to the cheekbone of Lopez from Sanchez. Another one.
Lopez had taken a brutal beating, and it was obvious to everyone watching that he had no chance of winning.
Sure, and he is ranked #1 by the WBC, and he is showing why in this fight.
Lopez can't wait on this kid because he's going to just take a bad licking all night long.
10.
Everybody realized the end was near. Sanchez ramped it up and started looking for the finish now.
Right. Sanchez with Lopez in his corner, in the Sanchez corner, trying to finish him here. Look at this youngster slump. Dangerous territory against Danny Lopez, but Sanchez fighting with a lot of confidence.
Lopez was in trouble.
Rest a little bit.
A lot of blood from that cut over the right eye. Solid right hand.
That line, the left thigh, you can't see the right hand coming, actually, Jim.
Good point, because he just took another one and we had a good look at
can't
it.
see it coming. This kid's smart enough to take advantage of it.
He is hurt, isn't he? He's hurt. Sanchez trying to make him stop it. Referee's going to stop it. That's it. There is a new featherweight world champion. WBC version, Salvador Sanchez from Mexico City as referee.
I thought the stoppage was good. Lopez had zero chance, and the accuracy of Sanchez's punches meant he was taking a brutal beating.
The right hand did the whole job, Jim.
It was that punch.
Sanchez was now a hero in Mexico, and with one performance, he had created arguments amongst boxing fans as to who was the best fighter, pound for pound, in the sport.
How can a 21-year-old fight such a brilliant fight strategically?
Boxearlo así, con rapidez, sin quedarse en las cuerdas y sobre todo con inteligencia. With a lot of intelligence, staying off the ropes and boxing.
And this young man astounding nearly everybody in the boxing world with his brilliant fight plan, the way he was able to execute it.
Sanchez took on 44-1 Ruben Castillo next. Castillo came in with a good strategy, fighting on the back foot and not giving Sanchez many countering opportunities. Notice how he lands his left hook in his counter combinations and then moves away from Sanchez.
Castillo, I told you this kid's a Class E fighter.
This fight showed a weakness in Sanchez. He was never the best against boxers. He really shone against sluggers, who he could counterpunch into knots. Castillo was a good boxer.
Castillo leading that exchange.
But despite boxers not being his preferred wheelhouse, Sanchez was still too good for them.
Live and look at him go.
Notice Sanchez gets a lot of punches off his jab. Beautiful right hand here by Sanchez. Sanchez began getting his jab working. His vaunted right lead began finding its mark.
Sanchez trying. Oh, a good left by Sanchez.
Sanchez was now in his groove and winning the fight clearly.
Oh, good right by Sanchez. He's been looking to get that in there. And Sanchez hurting Castillo at that point.
He had found his timing for the 1-2 combination.
There it was. Snap Castillo's head back. And Sanchez is now catching him. There, you saw the right leading.
He was now also letting combinations go.
Good right. Sanchez. Another good right by Sanchez. And up to the head. 30 seconds left in the round.
It was clear that Sanchez was in control of the fight.
But you can see now how you get a sense of the solidity of Sanchez as a fighter. How he fights so well mentally, so intelligently. Adhering to plan, not wasting punches, not missing as many.
But Castillo continued to fight off the back foot and occasionally land some punches.
And scoring! No quitting this kid.
Castillo had a good strategy in this fight. Let's remember that Sanchez is still only 21 at this point. When it came to the championship rounds, Sanchez raised his game again.
The clear aggressor is Sanchez.
Sanchez finished strong, landing some good right hands.
Two Mexican judges scored. You just saw Sanchez score beautifully, doubling up on the right. As I said, an excellent round for Sanchez. Still missing and caught by the counterpuncher.
At the end, it was a clear win for Sanchez.
27!
So, he is the winner by unanimous decision. But the winner and still the champion. A purposeful, solid fighter with a superb right lead. He used the left effectively, and he was the winner. Sanchez is in effect a local